Hi all, welcome to the session. Today we are going to discuss about the backups and recovery in Oracle 19c. Okay, in this topic we are going to discuss about what is backup, why we need to take these backups, and what is restore, what is mean by the restore and recovery. So, and then we will go with the methods of the backups in Oracle database 9, Oracle database I can say. In all the versions we have the data backups are the same kind of methods like cold backup one method, hot backup one method, and important one RMAN backup. It's a powerful also, it is very important one. Also we have another way, it's a traditional one. Those are like logical backups I can say, logical physical things. Those are traditional backups. Nothing but data pump, normal, export and import. Later on, Oracle has been developed and they have named it as data pump. Okay, this is completely one kind of backup model. So 4 kind of backup methods we are having in Oracle database. So we will go with one by one. These things we are going to discuss today. Okay, let's get started with the backups. What is backup? Like as a DBA, what is our primary role is we have to secure the backup. Like the production is there, if you are any another non-productions are there. So our primary goal is that we have to secure our protection our production data. How we can take the production kind of protection to take exact copy of the production backups to another path, another location, and as and when it is required, we can use those backups for restore and recovery purpose. First, the definition for the backups. Backups are useful to do the restore and recovery as and when the database is crashed. And what is mean by the restore? Restore is the process of the copy of the whatever the backup you took it, right? Suppose you take the backup. Let me take paint. I'll give you the example. Okay. See, this is my production. Okay, prod. Here daily backup means what we are going to take database backup. Also, if you want to take configuration instance, okay, instance level like configurations, Oracle home. Instance means Oracle home backup. So when we are going to take this Oracle home backup and when we are going to take this database backup. Okay, database backup is nothing but CRD files, control file, redo log file, and data files, and also other parameter files, password files, all other things will be there. Important things are these three are the important parameter data files where we are going to take on regular basis backup. So it's a production. Daily users are connected to this production and they are doing their business operations and all. So every day data is stored in this database. Suppose if you don't have any backups, after 1 week, 7 days, after 7 days, suddenly your database has been crashed due to some power outage or some server issue, hardware issue, or anything, or user interruptions like network admin or DBA. They might be did something by mistakenly, they dropped some data files. So at that time, you need the original data, right? They did directly on the production data. So for that security, as and when this kind of user issues or any system issues, anything like any power outage, something like that, at that time we require a backup. So we need to take on daily basis or weekly basis production backup into another location. This location you can keep in the same server or different servers, anywhere, but it should be on a secure. It should not be outside of your the operational or outside of your organization. So this what we call it as a backup. Why we need the backup? As and when anything happened to this production, we need this backup to restore and recovery. What is mean by this restore? Restore is nothing but the copy of, as and when it is required, you just restore back your backup. That is mean by that restore. And recovery is nothing but, even though you took the backup, another scenario. Scenario 2, you have a backup here, but you are taking backup on daily basis, every day 10 p.m. IST, every day. Production backup every day 10 p.m. IST, you are taking the backup. But next day morning around 10 a.m. IST or any USC or anything, your database has been corrupted, or somebody did some by mistakenly somebody has been dropped some data file or control file. How in this scenario, how we need to do this? We know that last night 10 p.m. backup we have, that we can do restore. For recovery purpose from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m., the time 12 hours. For that we required another kind of backup. Those we take it as a archives backup or incremental backups, anything. Every 4 hours or 3 hours you can schedule and you can take it. If you don't have this backup also, you need to do recovery of your instance. Recovery is nothing but whatever the backup you have at 10 p.m., you need to restore first, and then from that point, you can initiate the recovery. Okay, recovery how the recovery will work means we have redo log buffers, right? In redo log buffers, this will write in archive log files. From these log files, recovery will happen, and restore will happen from your backup, full backup or level 0 backup. And backups is nothing but you can take any kind of information of the production to another location. It could be a CD, it could be a disk backup, tape backup, disk or tape backups. Different backups strategies will be there in the environment. Okay, this is what like. And recovery is not possible without your restore. If you don't have anything to restore, recovery will not happen, and restore will not possible without these backups. This is like interlinking between these things. Majorly we have to take the backups. Okay, and next point is backup methods. In Oracle database, as I said, cold backup, hot backup, RMAN, and traditional backups which we have, those are normal export import or data pump, EXPDP or IMPDP. EXPDP, these are all the utilities. EXPDP is the export data pump, one utility. And IMPDP, import data pump. This is a utility. By using this, we can take the backup. By using this, we can restore the backup. Okay, first we will go with cold backup. Cold backup is nothing but as and when you have some production issues, right? This one, cold backup, how we are going to perform. Cold backup, if you want to perform, you have to shut down your database completely, and then you need to take all the physical files, CRD files. So if you want to take a cold backup from the production, cold backup, you have to shut down your database and take all the CRD files backup into another location. So database shutdown is there. So businesses, they have to wait on daily basis or weekly basis as and when we are planning for cold backup. Earlier days, in the initial phase of the database invention, when that time we use, like most of the organizations are used, they don't have any other options. They have to use this cold backup only. So cold backup, we have a what is the drawback is downtime, but we will get, here we will get 100% consistency. If something goes wrong, right? In today you took the backup. Okay, 1st August you took the backup. 2nd August, if anything goes wrong, till August 1st, you will get 100% data. But whatever the time frame here, from the backup to the next time frame, that we may lose them. So here we have a possibility to loss of the data. So one is downtime is one drawback. We may not get 100% of the data restore. we mean this recovery will not possible 100%. Restore we can do it. Okay, but recovery, incomplete recovery, ICR in cold backup. So cold backups, major drawbacks are we need to take a shutdown. Downtime is required for business. They need to offer any low business hours. At that time, we can perform this cold backup one. So to even if you want to dig into more, we have a lot of information. What exactly the cold backup will do, but high level overview, cold backup, we need to shut down the DB and we need to take manually copy paste all the backup files, CRD files, and if you want to do parameter files, P file, SP file, those also you can take it. So in cold backup, we have like simple restore also there. Simple restore means complete 100%. Another way we have restore plus recovery. Recovery, I don't think it is not 100%. Restore is 100% in cold backup. Why? Because we don't have the complete backups. So these are all the drawbacks in cold backup. I'll show you after that, like how we are going to take the cold backup and hot backup. Second one.
Sorry for disturbance. Hello. Hi, Srima.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I have one note. ICR means?
Sorry?
ICR means? ICR observation.
Incomplete recovery.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, incomplete recovery, nothing but, as I said, in your production database is there. Last night, like yesterday, 31st July, 10 p.m. you took the backup. Okay, that is 100% backup. That is complete recovery. We can do that. Anything happen, we can restore 100%. But today it's a 7:48 p.m. Suppose 7:48 p.m. your database has been crashed. So we can try to 100% we can restore till yesterday 10 p.m. one. From 10 p.m. to 7:48, whatever the data archives has been generated, whatever the data is there in the data files and control files, those we can try to point in time recovery also on operation is there. That we can do that. But if anything like last 5 minutes or some 10 minutes, if any archive file is not stored or not committed data is obtained at that time, that kind of recovery we call it as incomplete recovery, ICR. So that is one drawback in the cold backup. We will not get 100% of the backup data. Okay. Next one is hot backup. Hot backup is first method. This one later on, Oracle has been spent some time and they developed one more kind of backup methodology, that is hot backup. This hot backup we can take at the time when the database is up and running. DB. This apara means up and running the DB. But we need to put your database in begin backup mode. Begin backup mode. And then you can take each table space, you can put begin backup, or a complete database, you can put begin backup. Begin backup means we are going to start the backup. That tables will not release for users to update the data. Suppose my users table space is there. This is user table space. As and when I initiate the begin backup on user's table space, suppose another user employee, the track employee, one user is trying to update something into this user table space. That update will not happen on this table space temporarily, but he don't know exactly whether it is happening. For his user level, it is going to happen, but those are stored in our archival files temporarily. And then once we remove this begin backup and we end this begin backup mode, at that time, whatever the updates, whatever the pending transactions are there, those will update to this user table space. But we will take the backup as and when the database is up and running, users are connected to this database and they are performing their operations without interrupts. We can take the backups. So this is one useful compared to the cold backup. Hard backups are removed one limitation. Business are happy without downtime, they have a backup, but one drawback is there, that is this is also incomplete recovery will happen. We will not get 100% data. Why? Because at the time of begin backup, we started for this user table space, we are taking the backup, like taking the backup of cold and hot backup is same, like physical files we are moving from one location to another location. This is the source location of your data file. Copy to target location. Manually, we will do this cold and hard backup. Entire procedure is same. Even to restore procedure also same. Difference is that we are taking backup and the database is up and running. Only one benefit. Rest of the things, 100% we cannot restore. We will not get 100% of the data restore. That is one drawback in a hard backup. Okay, and the final one is RMAN. It's a powerful tool. Recovery manager. RMAN means recovery manager. It is Oracle backup tool which they have provided, powerful one. We can take the backups when the database is up and running. Okay, and also you can restore the backup into point in time recovery also. 100% we will get. There is no incomplete. ICR will not be there in this scenario. We will get 100%. We have full backups. Okay, we will take incremental backups. We will take archives backups. Everything we will take when the database is up and running. Okay, and also, so there are a lot of benefits when you are taking the RMAN. RMAN will useful, like if you are taking the database backup, in case of cold and hard backups, you require like cold backup. You can talk about the cold and hard backup, both are same. Same means taking the backups, but the working functionality was different. Okay, only thing is hard backup we are taking when the database is up and running, cold is down. But cold backup process, 10 TB, 10 terabytes of data I have in my production. If you want to take the backup of this 10 terabytes, you need another 10 terabytes storage. So copy paste means user files also it will copy, free blocks also it will copy, entire the structure it will copy. So here it is 10 TB is required, another 10 TB. Suppose you are using only 6 TB and 4 TB is free space is there. This 4 TB also it required, like it will take that completely. But that is one drawback, resource misused, resource waste, we can say. And also time consuming, right? If you want to perform 10 terabytes from one location to another, resource like your server capacity should be high. You need to maintain high resource and all. So maintenance also it is very high at that time of cold and hard backups procedure. To avoid that, in RMAN, they used, suppose your database is 10 terabyte. Okay, 10 terabyte is there, but used is only 6 terabyte. And free blocks is there 4 TB, but it will take only 6 TB. And also after 6 TB backup, suppose you took the Sunday full backup, full or level 0 are same. Okay, level 0, both are same. Sunday. Next Saturday evening on till next Saturday evening, you can take incremental backup. Instead of taking daily 6 TB, whatever the data is changed from the last backup, full backup, whatever the data is changed, like Sunday to Monday evening, whatever the data is changed, that blocks are updated. Only the specific blocks we can take, like 1 GB or 10 GB. Only the 10 GB backup will take on Monday. Another 10 GB will take on Tuesday. If you want to take the cumulative backup of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can take cumulative backup of 30 GB, like 10 GB Monday, 10 GB Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 GB included, 30 GB you can take on Wednesday. Same wise, so we can save the resource. Something happened, if you want to restore it, right, we can restore it also. But in case of this cold backup, every day you want to take 10 TB backup, every day you need to take 10 TB, and then you need to clear all 10 TB, right? So at least you need 20 TB space, extra 10 TB you required. Suppose Monday you are going to take full backup in cold backup 10 TB, right? Tuesday you are going to take another 10 TB. Before taking this backup, you should keep this backup. Once this backup is completed, another 10 TB, then only, if it is 100% accuracy, then only you can drop this. In that scenario, you required extra storage, right? 20 TB. But in case of RMAN, it is not required. Like if you are going with 6 TB, right? Complete 10 TB, you can maintain here 10 TB. Only take 6 TB full backup, and every day 10 GB, 10 GB, it won't consider. Next full backup, if you are going to take, right, RMAN will cross check the validity, backup validity option also there. 100% if it is valid, it will drop the backup first, and then it will take the backup pieces later. Before dropping the data which is there, it will validate it. RMAN will validate. So that is one. So many features are there. If you want to go with RMAN, RMAN itself, we have around 900 pages document I have. Where it is, I'll show you. I just downloaded that. See, this is completely backup and recovery scenarios, especially for your RMAN. 917 pages. Each and everything will be there. Backup of the database, how you're going to perform your database. But it is required if you want to explore more on each and every functionality of the RMAN, you can go and explore it. But in real-time scenarios, we will use some of the day-to-day activity like full backup, incremental backup, and archive backup, how we are going to validate your backup. Those, I think, high level we gathered from that document, and then we make it high level steps. This is more than enough if you go with these steps. Okay. And moreover, as I said, right, we can easily maintain this RMAN. And one more thing I want to discuss on this, to take cold backup. This is hot backup, and this is RMAN. To take the cold backup, you can put database in archive log mode, ARL, archive log mode. Yes or no, that is fine. If you want to enable, you can enable, and for recovery purpose, it will helpful. If you don't want to enable also, you can take the cold backup. Why? Because there is no restrictions. We have to enable this archive log when for the cold backup. Why? Because you are going to shut down your database and you are taking. So archive log mode is optional in cold backup. That better to enable the archive log mode. Archive log mode is nothing but, so as and when the production, this is your production data, you have the instance, right, SGA. Inside of that SGA, you have redo log buffer cache, right? Whatever the current transactions are coming to this database, those first capture in the redo log buffer cache. From this redo log buffer cache, these will retain in your log files, redo log files. This will happen two members. First, it will write in one log file. Once it is filled up, it will switch the log to another log member, or this we call it as a redo log group. Group means one or more, at least one or more things will be there, that we call it as a group. So log switch, as and when it is shifting from this group to this log to this log, we call it as a switch, archive switch. Okay. The current transactions, whatever it is written, if you enable this archive log mode, these archives will take the backup again separately. This backup we call it as archive backup. If you are not enable your archive database archive log mode, this will not happen, but this will happen. Without this, our database will not work, right? For redo logs, why we need these redo logs? For recovery, restore and recovery purpose. If these, even though we are having these redo logs, sometimes if something happened and your system is cracked, the committed or uncommitted transactions will be there. 3 seconds gap will be there. Every 3 seconds, this log switch will be happen, like not the log switch, the transactions will stored inside of this one, log writer will write. So 3 seconds gap, whatever the data will be there, those data, we will get it from 100%. Somebody, those users are there, right? If they want to, if they enter the delete command, the data is deleted from these logs also. If some data related to that, it is there, but this is not accessible by users. So for that purpose, if you want to enable the archive log mode to your database, almost you secured your database. Okay, Oracle nowadays it is strongly recommended to enable your archive log mode in your database. Okay, coming to this picture, like cold backup, archive log mode is optional. Without archive log mode, we can take the cold backups. Even in here it is archive log mode is there. In this hard backup, we can enable the archive log mode at the time of begin backup mode, right? it should be in archilog mode. Without archilog mode, you cannot take. Why? Because if you put your database in begin backup mode, what are all the who are all the users is connected to this database? They are doing some transactions, right? Those transactions should return in somewhere. If this archilog mode is not enabled, those transactions will not return your logs, or it will not return your archilog files. Once you end this begin backup, then whatever the pending transactions is there, those will apply directly to your log files and the data files. So begin backup log, archilog mode, ARL is mandatory. And coming to RMAN, it is 100% mandatory archilog mode. Without archilog mode enabled, RMAN will not work. RMAN will not work means RMAN is a utility like the backup tool, which is used by the backup and restore scenarios. If you want to use this your RMAN, you have to enable archilog mode in your database. How we need to enable? I'll show you that in practically. We need to shut down your DB. DB should be in mount stage. DB shutdown, it should be on mount, and then archilog mode enable, and then open, alter database open. You can open your database. Okay. Okay, then I'll show you practically. So these are all the commands in the RMAN. We can use some of the list commands, some of the backup commands. How we are going to take list commands are we can use for validate to check the backup whether we have PDB backup available or not. We have complete backup available or not. If any failures in the backup, list failure, that we can check. Backup summary, same. Backup and summary, same. If any expired backup is nothing but see in your RMAN, there is some rules also there. Okay, in RMAN, the backups, I can say RMAN backup files will be there. Okay. I have 10 minutes time. Okay, no problem. Okay, RMAN, we have this backup, right? Full backup. I took full backup yesterday night. Next backup, I'm going to take full backup, right? If you want to keep this backup or not, that we can initiate in our RMAN configuration file. If you are keeping your redundancy policy 1, only one backup is will be there. So it will delete and then it will take one more backup. And what will happen? This expired after retention policy 1 day, right? One backup it should be there. One copy of your CRD files, retention policy means one redo-log file copy will be there, one data file. If you are putting 2 means two redo-log files copy will be there, backup control files also 2 will be there, data files also 2 means if you're having 100 data files, 100 into 2, 200 data files will be copied. And if you want to take another backup, third backup, the first which you took 1, 2, 3 backup, right? If redundancy policy is 2, then it will keep 2 backups at a time. If you want to take third backup, first will be absolute backup. This called it will or expired backup. It will show list of expired backup means it will show those kind of backups. Control files it will show, and also delete absolute backup means it will delete what, as I said, like as per your retention policy, whatever the backup is expired, that it will be absolute backup will be deleted. This will be deleted. If you use this command also, no mean it will not impact in your RMAN backup. Cross check backup, that's okay. Expired backup, same thing will happen. If you want to take your backup in using RMAN, these commands you can use. Backup database plus archive means it will take complete database and archive files. It will take on the complete backup. Only archive files if you want to take, you can take by using this command. Only control files you want to take, you can take this. Specific pluggable database you want to take a backup. Why? Because in our multi-tenant architecture, we are having backups in different like CDB backup, PDB backup, PDB seed backup. In this way, in that case, you can take any specific backup, you can use this command. So this is valid, as I said, right? RMAN, we have an option to validate existing backup. If it is not consistent, you can take consistent backup before going for any maintenance activities like patching, CPU patching, or if you are going to upgrade your versions, if you are going to implement any new new features, customizations, take complete backup before going to perform those kind of operations. Yeah, that concludes this theoretical part. Practical one, let me connect to the session. Oracle. Okay, I think Oracle user itself is wrong. Okay, to first how we need to set RMAN, we take it. What is your my DB is my SID. So SID environment is set. Let me check my database is up and running or not. Let me clear SQL plus as is DBA. It is up and running. Select name, comma, open underscore mode from v dollar database. Guys, export and import backups also there. Those we haven't covered in this session. That is rarely people are using, but yeah, that is also important one. Dev, my database is up and running. Let me check the PDBs. It is mounted. It is not started. Alter pluggable database dev underscore PDB open. This one last weekend I have installed. I thought to show you this installation process, but yeah, I'll make a video and then I'll put it in my YouTube channel. Show PDB. Yep, now my database is up and running. Okay. Describe v dollar database. I want to view one of the word like archive log mode enable open mode. Okay. No problem. Show what happened. Remote side expecting closed. That's okay. This one. Timeout. That's okay. No problem. Let me connect it to RMAN. RMAN, how we are going to connect? No, we have a utility RMAN target. RMAN is the manager backup utility, and target is on which instance you are going to connect. Target means a local instance. I'm going local only, this one only, wherever I'm here. So this DevDB I'm going to connect. If you want to connect another database which is there on another server, at that time we need to configure the catalog, RMAN catalog. Then we need to connect in catalog database. There we need to perform. So in RMAN we have the parameters like configurations. Show all command we can use to see all the configurations. It means they see here we have one parameter RMAN output to keep how many days? 7 days. So my whatever the backup I take, right, or took, that will be there till 7 days. If you want to increase, you can increase this number of days. And the deletion archive deletion policy is none. Like whatever the archives are generated, archive log mode is enabled. If it is not deleted, means if you want to delete, you can put according to this parameter that will delete automatically. And also by using RMAN backup, as I said, right, I want to correct that one. If you want to take 10 terabytes of backup, you have 6 TB only used. It will take only 6 TB of your backup, but it will take compressed one. It will compress this one and it will make it around 1 TB. I forgot to update this one. RMAN will take compressed backup and RMAN will take modified blocks only backup. By using this RMAN, we can save the storage resource. It's very comfortable. That I forgot to update. Okay. That how it will take the compression. That will, and redundancy I mentioned, that policy will be there here itself. And also it will, what it will do means unlimited. That's okay. This, whatever the data you are taking, it could be an encryption. It is 100% secure one. And the compression algorithm 3 by this parameter will help to compress your database backup. It is going to 6 TB backup. It is compressed to 1 TB or 700 GB, something like that. So we can save the storage also by using RMAN. So these are, if you want to modify these parameters, suppose you can just copy paste it. Copy. I'll make 10 days. That's it, nothing much. See, configuration parameters has been updated. If you want to see it, show all. Instead of 7 days, my backup output will be stored 10 days. The same thing, if you want to update here, right, change the path and paste it. Enter. That will update in your RMAN configuration file. Okay. in this, I want to show you list of the backups if I have anything. I don't have, I'm sure. Specific backup not matched. I don't have anything. If I want to initiate the backup, no, let me initiate the backup command. Backup database plus archive log. What is it saying? You are in a no archive log mode. You should be in archive log mode. RMAN will not work. Okay. For that, what we need to do? sysdba alter pluggable database adb1. Let me stop. No issues. Have 1 minute to go. Okay, guys, I'll show you how we can enable the archive log mode. I'll stop this video as of now, and you can